angels, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be testing out a brand new palette that has come onto the beauty space. Let's do makeup, aka Leslie makeup palette with Shadow Me, aka Live Glam. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be giving you guys 4 different looks. Just because I feel like this palette does have a range of colors that I would like to share with you. If this is your first time being on my channel, hello everyone, I am Mitchell. I call everyone angels because I always love heaven and space and a beautiful white setting. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do some funny content, a lot of makeup content, and I am going to start doing more entertainment based content. Just you wait. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, hit the post notification bell, which is the cute little bell next to it. Go to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram. It is just Mitchelmakeup. I have so many sickening looks on there for you guys to watch, and all of these eyeshadow looks will be on there, so I'm super excited. Alrighty, if you guys are ready, let's get into the makeup. Hi, okay, let's go ahead and do look number 3. It is a little bit later than I filmed my other 2, but we're here. I believe I went in with more of like a halo eye. I could definitely do something more berry toned, but I definitely want to get into the blue, so I think we're gonna go into the blue. So obviously I already have pretty much my makeup on. I'm gonna go ahead and take off my eyelashes, fake little lashes here. So like always, I'm gonna go in with my P. Louise base. This one is in Rimmer 0.5, so it's a bit light. Just kind of, as you can see, that just like lifts up my eye. Yes, I say no, you say stop. Transitional shade with like my new Born to Run palette. Look how pretty she is. She has more versatility, obviously, like transitional wise. So we're gonna definitely take the color What Do You Mean? Oh wow. I'm gonna try to pack this on first, and then we'll try to buff it out after. So I want this to like buff out more like pretty. What I want to do like my good sis Sandy. I'm at 433, so we know she knows how to blend with this one. Obviously right now we're just trying to build this color up. It really doesn't matter how it looks really. I'm going to take my new favorite cut crease brush. I love my Makeup Shack brush, but this brush is so magical and I love it. It's the A4 brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It looks like this, and it literally is so perfect. Like, let me show you. This color Christina, and I'm gonna like underline it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the color Hello, which is this pretty color right here. So now I'm going to reline like under here with that same eyeshadow. Make the liner pop out again. I'm just going to put that underneath here. Oh, see, that looks so good. And this is obviously inspired by my boo thing, Sandy Girales, you know her. Okay, so here's the finished out look with the eyeshadow. It's kind of giving me like mermaid vibes. Honestly, it's super cute. I really like the way that it looks. I am a fan of what it looks like. I do really like it. The blue is obviously buildable because it obviously blends to a nice lighter color. So it is, do have to build that up depending on what you think. Personally, I like a buildable color. Not too buildable, but buildable enough. I also had to build up that gold color as well. So really works really well. I like this more kind of green green blue vibes on the eye. I do really like that you can have this option with this palette. I pretty much just use a transitional shade from another palette, but you can honestly use the color Kangaroo if you really wanted to just use this palette. I'm just being picky. But yeah, my last look is going to be a nice warm sweetheart romantic look that I feel like will accompany with this palette, and then we should be done with this video. So I will see you guys super soon. So I took off the blue eyeshadow, and I already primed one eye so far. I'm gonna start off with obviously Kangaroo, because Kangaroo is like a beautiful shadow that I love, and I ended up having feelings for. And I'm just gonna slightly buff her out. See how pigmented she is? I'm gonna go back into my other palette because, you know what? Like it or not, this palette doesn't have a light transitional color. I'm gonna take the color Weekender, again from the Urban Decay palette. I'm gonna take the color Cake again. That out with the color Kangaroo. Just having a look cute like so. Okay, now I'm gonna take the color Angel Baby, which is this red shade that I like. So far I like the mattes. Let's stick this in the outer corner. So, in this case, I'm gonna take this color. I'm gonna take the color Accelerate, which is that one. That one. Accelerate, accelerate on the lip. See, yes, this is what I was wanting. Like a nice pigmented red. She is calm and handy. Feel free to just use that maroon color if you don't want a shimmer color. I think it's practical to use this with other palettes that you have, and you know, single shadows. It could be just a single shadow. So now I'm gonna go in and add some dimension on the outer corner. Take a mixture of the black and the dark brown, which is Jorge and Rongo. Kind of giving some dimension, but we don't want it to be pure black, obviously. You see that? How pretty that is. And that was quick. I'm just gonna buff this down here, giving it like that cute moment. And then the only like shimmer from the palette is the inner corner, which I think looks pretty good with this. How amazing this looks. And I only used 2 shadows from a different palette, but you can definitely use any palette you want. So I put on some eyelashes and I feel like I look back normal. I'm going to apply lip gloss on top of this liquid lipstick. This one is the Anastasia lip gloss in Estella. Just look what it does, okay? With this one, it's such an easy makeup look to go off of this palette. I feel like whenever you look at this palette, you see warm tones, and I feel like warm tones are me. You can see what I'm talking about. I feel like this eyeshadow palette just screams warm tones, and then you have that pop of chartreuse and the blue. Without these 2 colors, I feel like you would see only like warms, right? Yes, let's go ahead and get into my review on this palette. So the palette is with Live Glam. Live Glam is a subscription service. I believe it is from Laura G. If you want to know information about them, you can definitely look it up. I know there has been some controversy with them particularly. You can definitely go look into that as well, but I'm not going to base it off of that. I'm basing it off of Leslie and herself. So right now it is June, what it is 11:36, but it is June 2nd. So It is June 2nd, 2019, and this palette, I have it pulled up on here. It is not currently available. Yeah. It's not available. There is 713 reviews. Let's look at those, actually. I think she's a Mexican-American, a Latina, and I ended up really liking her just because she has like this beautiful like personality, this wit, this likeliness. So obviously I started to watch her. I started to like her. I started following her from her apartment tour to now she has like a new house, and now she has a baby. Congrats on the baby and on this palette, because this palette is pretty dang good. I really like this palette. I think this palette is really good, especially for beginners, especially if you want to start off with doing eyeshadow looks, practicing eyeshadow looks, because this palette I feel like gives you a very easy introduction to eyeshadow and doing makeup. It gives you like 3 pops of color really. The rest are pretty much neutrals, and I feel like it does give you a little bit of an advantage to kind of do funky looks. So you guys just seen 4 eyeshadow looks that I decided to create with this palette. It definitely, there is more. You can obviously just do like a nice bronze look and put this beautiful color all over the lid. Or you can just do nice neutral matte looks. Like matte looks, there's nothing wrong with matte looks. I just feel like with shimmers there's a lot more versatility and like more like you can see more pigmentation kind of with that. I'm not gonna lie, these shimmers, you do have to wet them. You do. So with the eyeshadow formula, I really am a fan of the matte shadows. There's a majority of mattes because I do actually prefer mattes than the shimmers in this particular palette myself. The mattes blend super nicely. Particularly, I feel like I would have preferred not this highlight color, because you guys have seen this color, it reaches more like a duo shift. There's like an underline green hyper like pigment in this color called Hello, which isn't my favorite. I don't know if you know this, but I actually do not like duochrome colors, because I need a color to be a specific color per eyeshadow look. In case I am doing something like a duochrome, then I will reach for that particular color. But if I'm gonna click on this eyeshadow, then I would like it to be a nice white, a nice shimmery champagne like color, and this one does have that little duochrome, so I didn't like that part of it, but it's a personal preference for myself. But the other 2 shadows were beautiful. Christina and Girls Night, these 2 colors I loved. They are beautiful. I do have to say that you do have to wet your brush or use a little bit of a sticky base, just because these when you pick them up and you use a flat brush like I did, sometimes the fallout will come down to your like face. I recommend wet your brush or use like a really tacky base and then just tap it over it so it doesn't fall onto the rest of your face. Or you can just do baking powder underneath your eyes and then you can just wipe it away at the end of the makeup. So that is up to you. Again, I had no really problems with the matte shades. This blue color I did have to build up just because most blues you have to do that. Some blues you don't, but this blue I did have to build up to blend to get it to this kind of color. Overall, I give this palette a good like 9 out of 10. It's not the best palette I've ever tried, but then again, I'm very particular, and for me, like, the best palette I could find right now is the James palette, you know, because it does have a rainbow color, it does have basic whites, it does have highlighter colors, like literally a highlighter color, it does have a colorful look. So for me, this one is kind of like an introductory palette for me. I obviously, you know, that's my opinion. I feel like this palette is super it pigmented, it works really great. I'm not knocking it down for any reason. I just feel like it's a little bit more on the basic side with the colors. I sound like I don't like it, but I really do. And also I feel like this palette is really good when you want to mix it in with any other palette like I did with my Born to Run. This one is a good complementary palette for a lot of palettes, so I think it deserves a good applaud for that. Like the colors are really great. I think they just missed a couple of colors. Like for me, I would like a lighter transitional color than Kangaroo because I am a little bit lighter. This just was looking a little dark just on its own. But if you mix it with the lighter color, I feel like it would have been really good. Also like a matte, like bone color shade is definitely a thing for me that I like. So that's kind of also, I need that for me, you know. So it's kind of hard doing just like an 8 shadow pan. Like even Jaclyn Hill couldn't do it with her little collection. So, I mean, I'm not knocking this one down. I really like this palette. This would be a great palette for your collection if you're starting out with makeup. Even if you're not and you want to support Leslie, I think it's such a really cute packaging palette. The cherry blossoms are super, super cute. You don't get the information on the actual palette. If you buy it, you get it on the sleeve. So if you want to keep the sleeve, definitely keep the sleeve. Yeah. So I believe this palette was about $30 if I'm correct, or it was like $20 if you signed up for Shadow Me, which is their bi-monthly eyeshadow subscription thing. So yeah, if you want to look into that, definitely look into it if you want to do that. But I do really like this palette. I think it's so nice, particularly as like an introductory palette. I feel like this palette is a little bit more workable and more friendly to everyone than a lot of palettes out there, particularly now when we have like a lot of rainbow looks. And I know not everyone wants colorful looks, so having a palette like this, it kind of resembles like the Kim Kardashian palettes. So if you want this, it's a little bit cheaper than the Kim Kardashian palettes or the Kylie palettes, if you know those. I feel like if you want to support Leslie, definitely give it a go. I think it's a good palette for sure. I think I like it. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys ended up recreating any of these looks, please let me know, and please tag the original artist if they were involved in this inspiration. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. It's gonna take me a little bit longer to upload, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please remember to subscribe down below, hit the like button, and hit the post notification bell if you don't want to miss another video. You know we got videos coming. And yeah, I love you guys so much. I will see you angels in my next one. Bye.